morning, ladies and gentlemen, David here, and welcome back to another video. And if you guys were with me for the Metahphor ReFantazio ATLUS exclusive showcase April 22nd of 2024, y'all didn't know, but I am crazy excited about Metahphor ReFantazio, especially after watching this stream, which was insane. So much good information came out of this stream. We have a release date, we have a bunch of new information about the game release itself, different editions of the game, collector's edition, all that good jazz. We have like DLC information, of course, but we also have so much in terms of great story details, which, well, not really for story, but a little bit of story details and context. Out of spoilers, obviously, a brand new trailer. We have a lot of combat details, of gameplay details as well. Lots of stuff to be very excited about when it comes to Metahphor ReFantazio. So if you are new to the channel, you'd like to stay up to date on all things when it comes to ATLUS, you're at the right place. Make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. And if you like the content, what is a huge help is a simple thumbs up. Thank y'all so much for watching, and let's get right into it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you all the interesting information that y'all need to know about Metahphor ReFantazio, about the gameplay, about the new stuff that we learned on this showcase, and also about the release itself. And speaking of the release itself, we'll start with just that. Metahphor ReFantazio is going to release on October 11th, 2024, globally, of course. So I was completely onto something with this last ATLUS news episode that I made, saying that Metahphor is certainly going to launch in 2024, and that was apparently completely accurate. So very excited to see that. A little earlier than I was expecting. At first, I thought they were saying November during the stream, but it turns out it's October, so that's even better. You have a standard version of the game, which is priced at $70. Again, it's a brand new title from Studio Zero, new IP and everything. If Reload, which is a remake, was $70, I was fully expecting Metahphor to be $70. So here you go. There is also a sexy-ass collector's edition that you can purchase, and there is a different one for America and for Japan. So the first one that you're seeing on screen right now is a collector's edition for the West. Comes with obviously the pre-order bonuses, so an archetype EXP chest set, an adventurer's journey pack, don't really care for that. It comes with a costume and battle background music set. You have all the Persona protagonists as costumes. You have Flynn from SMT4, you have the Nahobino in his cool uniform from SMT5, and you have an Etrian Odyssey character, which that is interesting. It is very interesting when it comes to the future of Etrian Odyssey, and Etrian Odyssey having a costume in that game leads me to believe that an announcement for an Etrian Odyssey is going to happen probably around Tokyo Game Show. It also comes with a very dope ATLUS 35th digital history book / digital all-time best soundtrack, which is cool. I just wish that was physical because it's so damn cool. Look at how awesome the 35th anniversary of ATLUS art look on that thing. Absolutely gorgeous. It comes obviously with the base game, a steelbook, a physical soundtrack, which is apparently a 2-disc soundtrack. It comes with Homo Tenta metallic pins, sticker sheet, Kingdom of Huchronia cloth map, which that is also very dope. Again, the DLC vouchers. And man, oh man, is that dope. Now, when it comes to the physical Japanese collector's edition, I cannot read what's on it, but from what I'm seeing, it comes with physical soundtracks, so that is freaking awesome. I wish that was a thing for the English one as well. It comes with what looks like a gigantic acrylic stand, so okay, that is also very cool. And it comes with a bigger box, or at least what looks like a bigger box, which again looks super dope. So I wish we had something along the lines of Japan, but I'm not complaining. We have an English collector's edition, and that is more than enough. And as of the time of recording this video, mine was already pre-ordered, so let me just plug it right here. Not sponsored, but VGP is the Canadian exclusive retailer for the collector's edition. So if you guys want to purchase your collector's edition, you can pre-order even if you're in the States or elsewhere in the world from VGP. They ship worldwide. But if you are in Canada, that is your retailers exclusive, so make sure you get that as quickly as possible, that way you don't miss out. But that's pretty much it when it comes to the release information itself. Now when it comes to the game information, we have so much interesting stuff to talk about. Let me just start straight up with gameplay features. There is one feature that is not that common in RPGs, but we see it every now and then, and it's an analyze feature. So it allows you to see the level of your enemies on field. You can easily, according to the outline around an enemy, see if the enemy is going to be easy to beat or not. And it allows you to find items easily as well, which is cool. They also confirmed in the exploration section of the stream that the game is not open world, and from what I've seen, when you're traveling around the world, it seems like when you're exploring gigantic areas, it looks like an SMT5 style of exploration, and when you're in cities, clearly Persona 5, from what I've noticed. I also noticed that dungeons seem to be extremely huge. The ones that we saw in the presentation were, at least. We saw that in the trailers, but I do love how interesting the setting is. You can notice differences in town, whether you encounter a poor person or rich person, their behavior is going to change depending on their status in the city. And that's a thing that was a big thing like back then. When you read history books and everything, there is a very clear distinction in town with how people act and everything, so it's really interesting. It's really cool when you're in field to be able to engage your enemies in an action combat system and beat them pretty much instantly. It's very impressive, but when you notice an enemy that is actually stronger, you do a couple of hits to damage them before battle, and then you jump into a real turn-based battle and you get first strike if you get to surprise the enemy, which is a common feature in Atlus modern games at least. In cities, you have bounty hunter missions that you can accept, and those are very dope because I love to see that you get to fight and search for a specific larger and harder to beat enemy. That's very cool, feels very rewarding to beat them, and apparently there's going to be very good rewards for people who earned bounty by beating those missions and killing those huge monsters, so that is very cool. They described your big ship that you can use to travel around the world and what's in it and basically what uses it has. So it's really cool. You get to control it's called the Gauntlet Runner. You get to control that ship from a city to another one to explore the world. You have a round table in that ship, and when you go to the round table, you get to see the world map, which is huge, with your party, so you get conversations while looking at the map, and you can choose where you want to travel to. Now, it passes time when you travel. It takes time to travel, so you have to do activities in the Gauntlet Runner, or you have to sleep to skip time in your ship to get to another area. That's to make it feel more realistic. If you're traveling from a place to the other side of the country, well, of course it's going to take time, so you're going to have to spend time with your friends, bond during conversations with allies, and increase your bond level with them. You can change clothes, you can do laundry, you can cook. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. They didn't explain everything, what everything is going to be in terms of rewards. Like if you cook, what's that gonna do? It's probably gonna give you some sort of items like in Reload or something, but lots of options are inside your Gauntlet Runner. And again, everything's fully designed, it's all 3D and everything. It's not a menu. It looks freaking awesome. And let me end on my favorite aspect of Metahphor ReFantazio at the moment, and it's the archetypes. So the archetypes are basically your entity that follows your characters, your party members. So they're kind of like your personas. Again, I don't want to compare, but you guys are going to understand better if I say it that way. So they're kind of like your personas in that game. All party members have the access to archetypes, and I'm saying the access to because you can collect different archetypes. I'm not sure how yet, but you can collect archetypes around the world, and if one of your character changes archetype, it changes their moves, it changes their looks, but most importantly, it changes their job. That's right, Metahphor ReFantazio has a job system, which is insane. Crazy good news to me because I'm a fan of these styles of job systems in games. I love those. Like, I just am a big fan of job systems in general. Love it, love it, love it. And the archetypes, you gain them by bonding with your characters, and that is also another thing that is very cool. They're not just going to be direct copies of social links or confidence in other Persona games. They're their own thing. They're bonding events, and when you increase bonds or when you create new bonds, I assume with certain characters, you get new archetypes, you get a new job. So at some point, you'll have your a character that you'll meet in a town. That character is going to be a thief, for example. You speak with them, you get to know them, you unlock a thief archetype, which means your character will transform into a thief. You will get moves that are associated to a thief, and you will look like a thief. And is that going to change the perception of civilians in towns if you move around dressed like a thief? I really wonder, but to me, customization options are endless, and Metahphor ReFantazio looks awesome. Again, don't forget that the archetypes, you can use them with all your characters. So if you have 4 characters, you can have 4 thieves, but you can have 1 warrior, 1 mage, 1 thief. You can change, so many combinations are possible, and to me, that makes the gameplay more interesting, and that's crazy to say because again, this game looks crazy, especially in terms of combat. So I'm excited for Metahphor ReFantazio. My collector's edition was already pre-ordered. Have you pre-ordered yours? Will you pick up Metahphor ReFantazio day 1? Thank you so much for watching the stream with me if you did. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really do appreciate y'all. You have a great day. Bye.